Wow. Thank you for that incredible introduction, and thank you to the selection committee, the athletic department, Jan Hathorn, Brian Lobsher, Mary Webster, and everyone who worked hard to make this such a special weekend. I am truly honored to be here and honored to stand among my fellow inductees. Congratulations to all of you. In many ways, I think Division III athletes and those involved with Division III athletics have the truest love of the game. Now, obviously, I've never been a Division I athlete, and I'm not trying to say anything at all negative about Division I sports, but there's just something special about Division III. It lacks much of the fanfare and the glory. The coaches coach because they love coaching. The fans cheer because they love the players. And I mean, they literally love the players, because at women's basketball, usually our only fans were our parents. And finally, the players play because they love playing and they love being part of a team. I played for many coaches over my long basketball career. I experienced some good and some not so good. And I'm so grateful for coaches like Terry Dadio Campbell, who took a chance on a freshman that really didn't do anything spectacular in high school. And even though she could not stand my knee-high tube socks, TDC gave me the chance to play and to prove that I could be an asset to our team. I'm also thankful for coaches like Brian Snyder, who offered support and understanding when the going got tough. As an assistant coach, he was quiet, but when you needed him, he was there and always had words of encouragement. And I cannot forget our athletic director, Mike Walsh, who always supported me and my knee-high socks. As I mentioned, women's basketball did not usually draw a huge crowd, but for those weekend games when our parents made trips from near and far, they cheered loudly enough to make it sound as though the bleachers were full. I cannot thank my own family enough for the support they gave me through my career, beginning with driving to countless practices and tournaments, cheering for me at those painful rec league games in 8th grade, rebounding as I shot thousands of free throws, and most importantly, instilling in me a good work ethic. Quitting was never an option at our house, and if something was difficult, you just tried harder and practiced more. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for driving 3 hours or more every weekend to watch us play. Not only did I look forward to our games on the weekend, but they were made even better by the chance that I would see you. Dad, thank you for always being there to point out to the refs the error of their ways when they called my up and under a travel. And Mom, thank you for always having a basket of cookies with our numbers written on them in icing to celebrate the wins or dull the pain of the losses. Thank you to my brother Rob for endless games of basketball on the driveway and for always having more faith in me than I often had in myself. And thank you, Graham, for being my biggest fan and for passing on your love of sports, a love that goes unrivaled to anyone I know to this day. And thank you to my husband. I mentioned earlier that the bleachers were always empty at weeknight games, but that's not entirely true. Because somehow my husband, then my best friend, managed to make it to every single one and sat right in the front row at half court and yelled his opinions so loudly that he was mentioned by our coach during more than one halftime speech. 8 years of marriage and 3 beautiful boys later, you are still my best cheerleader. And finally, in all honesty, the awards mentioned in my introduction, I don't even remember winning them. What I remember is running so many sprints with my teammates that we felt like we were going to throw up or pass out, but somehow all of that was okay because we were doing it together. I remember having a bad day, but knowing it would get better as soon as I got to practice and got to the locker room or the training room. I remember singing George Michael and Bon Jovi songs at the top of our lungs. I remember long bus rides home from games and eating more Papa John's pizza than any one person ever should over the course of a season. It took a solid 5 years after college before I could even eat another bite of Papa John's pizza. And speaking of pizza, I remember eating pizza in the middle of the night at our hotel after we lost in the ODAC tournament, the last basketball game I ever played. Which brings me to the last group of people I need to thank. Thank you to every single one of my teammates. From the seniors when I was a freshman to the freshmen when I was a senior, and especially the 4 women that I got to play with all 4 years. Carter Thomas, you were my partner in crime from the beginning. Sarah Schmidt-Zip, you made me laugh harder than anyone I've ever met. Allison Kodlasik, you are a true and genuine friend, and I'm excited to stand beside you when you get married in May. And Megan Babst Lang, thank you for being my fellow, to use the not so flattering term of one of our coaches, horse, and my best friend then, and maybe even more so now. Every single one of you gave me something unique and holds a special place in my heart. I am so grateful to have had the chance to suffer through practice, celebrate victories, and cry over losses with you. And now I feel so fortunate to have some of the best friends that anyone could ask for. I am honored to be a part of your weddings and to meet your children. And to this day, I still get excited when I see a team email on the screen. Thank you all for making basketball at W&L one of the best experiences of my entire life, second only to marrying my husband and to each of my 3 precious boys. The experience of playing basketball, along with an education that's not half bad, and the impeccable values instilled in anyone who attends W&L have shaped me into the person I am today. And for that, I will be eternally grateful. Thank you again to everyone who supported me in my time at Washington and Lee, coaches, family, teammates, and let me not forget Eddie and the equipment room staff. All of you made being here today possible. Thank you.